Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is V Krishna Mohan. Today we're going to discuss more on relationship, the image making process, and love, and how the conflicts are occurring. Right? I have already made a video on this, but this would be on a bit more further aspects of what is exactly a relationship, how the image making process is happening, and why is it happening at the first place, and how can we operate without the images. How do we why love is more important in relationship, why are the other factors in relationship are we focusing more on, and we are actually getting misleaded by so many other influences, right? So we'll be looking about all these things today. In relationship, when I say images, right? So we are always forming images about our own self and also about the other person. So when we create these images are nothing but your memories, a bundle of memories which you create about other person, or some kind of we say the characteristic building, right? We build certain aspect or certain features. We say that okay, if I'm talking to a certain person for, like, let's say like last 3 4 months, then I will create certain images or visualizations about that person, their nature, their behavior, their tendency or their temperament. So based on this, I'll have a specific judgment about them, and whenever I interact, I keep this in the memory and I interact with them. So this is the major issues with the relationships, or the conflicts in the relationship, right? So are you so for the married people, right? So are they able to see their partners in the way without all these images, right? So why is there any kind of conflict happening? So it's either egocentric, or it's just a misconception, or it's something like someone is more dominant than other. It's more about the temperament and all these things. So all these issues who have created. So for example, I have my partner, right? So if I'm going into an argument with them, why is that argument coming at the first place? So we stop thinking about that. It gets into the ego, or it gets into the temperament, or it gets into the something else which we have stored about them into our memory, and that specific point is getting triggered. And why is this memory is getting accumulated? Because we are not even thinking about the fact why is these memories accumulated, and are we clearing it? So when we say clear it, we can't manually clear it or forcefully clear it, right? So you need to understand why that memory or that specific thought has come into that place. So you need to get into the root of it. So if you get into the root of it, and if you really analyze what that specific thought and why is that thought, I think that process of analysis itself would give you a solution, or it would end that specific thought, right? So when we're forming images, so now I'm saying, okay, if you don't form images, then there wouldn't be conflicts, there wouldn't be expectations, there wouldn't be hurt. And many people had this concern, okay, what if that person is cheating, what if that person is lying to you, or some kind of, right? The thing is, are you unaffected with all these things? Right? Relationship is an emotional attachment, but it should go in both the ways. If one person is cheating on you, or if one person is hurting you deliberately, you can see that pattern. Only the emotional things we need to something which we need to die to that specific emotions every day, so that you clear that log, and next day you start afresh. But there is also a physical memory which we need to have in order to function, right? So for example, you're going to your office or to your college or to your school, you need to remember the route, and that route is like for the physical actions you need. If you're going to eradicate that memory, or if you keep forgetting that memory, then every day you need to learn that, right? So few there are two aspects you need to split over. One is your physical memory, I mean a memory where you need to do your physical activities, like your eating, your bathing, your brushing, all this basic activities, your career related, the or the way or the tools and technologies which you work on, that you need to remember. On the other on the other on the other side of it, you have your mental memory, right? Mental memory, like your past, your exes have broken up with you, someone has triggered you, someone has scolded you, someone has avoided you. So these kind of emotional pains which is created by ourselves, because it's all surrounded by the term I as in the ego, I as in only me who's in this world. I is the something which you keep yourself as the center of the world, and you think everything revolves around you. So these are the basic things which most of the philosophers or the social media influencers, everyone say about this. But the major thing is, when you put yourself into the center of everything, then there is more of ego, there's more of chatting, there is more of thought process which are happening, and your mind is never free. We are not moving away from the relationship topic or the conflict of relationship topic, but these things are fundamental, which are forming our own personality, and there is conflict in the relationship. So in relationship, basically, you're with that day in day out, you're with that specific person, and when you face all these emotions, when you go through all these emotions, there is a conflict. So in order to be free from that, you need to understand your own self. So when you understand your own self, you understand what is your specific scope or space in that specific relationship. If someone is hurting you, someone is trying to deliberately poke you, or trying to cheat over you, then that is visibly a physical aspect, which is not which is not contributing to your relationship in a healthy way. Even though you can, so if someone is cheating on you, right, then you can walk away from that relationship, since you understand yourself, and you're not dying to your specific memory. Then you won't be that affected of that ending of relationship. You had given all your love, you had given all your care and everything. You cherish those moments. I'm not even saying you need to remember and recall all those memories, but you have cherished and you have given your best. So if that is not working out, because it's a physical strain, or it's a something people are doing deliberately, which is visible to you, which is a mature, and the brain can seek that, right? In that cases, there is no need to resist. So it's all about, you need to be free of it. When I say you need to be free of your hurt, it doesn't mean you have to resist that hurt. So if you're getting that thought, it doesn't mean that you have to resist, right? So by resisting itself, which means you're again in conflict, because you're not basically free. You're again and again trying to jump from one specific situation to other situation. You're trying to make yourself, in the process of thinking of trying to make yourself better, you're jumping from one situation to other situation, and you think that is the better part. No, but this is still a specific conflict, and over and over you're going over the conflict. To move People move from one relationship to another relationship in terms of rebound, saying that to overcome one pain I need to go into the other pain. No, end of the day, it's from one pain to other pain. You are never free from the pain. So in order to understand, in order to seek the freedom, or to get into that, to have those thoughts to be free of you, you need to understand what pain is. You need to sit with that pain. In this generation, we are getting scared to sit with the pain, sit with the sorrow, sit with the hurt. We are always constantly trying to escape from that, because we are not ready to face the reality. Even though if we are trying to face the reality, we try to give up very fast. So let's say if I'm trying to sit with my pain, I start realizing, okay, I'm weak, I'm not fit for the society, I'm not strong enough, and all this. Immediately we try to find solutions for that. No, don't try to find solutions for that. Sit with those emotions, sit with that sorrow. Am I saying you to become insane? No, definitely not. The moment you try to face all this sorrow and emotions, which is very hard for us humans, the moment you sit with those, there is a fear factor which is getting eradicated. Once this fear is ended, right, then you automatically, free yourself from all those fears and thoughts. There is no external force or external hard work required for you to get detached from that specific fear, I mean hurt or sorrow, right? So that is very important thing. Finally, I'm going to close this video. So before that, I just want to ask you all one question. Are you able to stay alone? Alone as in not to force yourself. Are you so when most of the human beings, when they achieve, even male and female, it goes for both, when we try to achieve financial freedom or materialistic needs or even bit of financially stable we become, right, we start feeling that we can stay alone. There's no need of other human being or a partner or opposite gender to share life with. It's okay, you can go through that process or you can go through that mindset. So my question is, after getting this thought that I can stay alone, I can be all myself, I can do everything by myself, even after realizing this, coming to this conclusion, is it possible for us to still go into a relationship, committed relationship, care for them, love them, stay with them, take care of them, get care from them also, provided they are doing that? See, marriage is an institution which we have created, but actual marriage is something where two people have a mutual interest, they come together. No marriages or no relationship can be forced. You can't force someone to stay in your life, someone can't force you to stay in their life, right? So when two humans are naturally bonded, naturally inclined or naturally interested in each other, that relationship flourishes more, and the longevity is more, right? So all these conflicts wouldn't break the relationship. There would be some conflicts, but they are naturally inclined, or they are naturally within themselves, so there is no much conflict. So getting back to the question, after realizing that I'm alone, myself enough for me, after realizing that, is it possible for you to get into a relationship, get into a commitment, get into a marriage with a person? The moment you realize that you are enough for yourself and still be able to do something for other, right, I think that would be more stable. That is a very clear thought. And in such kind of relationship, it should go for both of them. Both of them should realize that they are alone enough for them and still share a life with some other person. And that kind of relationship, that is the point where we need to get into relationship, I believe. Yeah. Thanks for the day, and think about that question. Is it possible for you? So before you go into your next relationship or whatever current relationship you are in, just discuss or think through that. You need to realize that you are enough for yourself, and even after that, you're able to give things to others. Yeah. Thank you.